Hi everyone and welcome back. So I've been testing my iPhone 17 Pro Max for a while now for vlogging, and if you want to watch the video I did, you can watch it here. You're actually watching me from the iPhone 17 right now. This is how it looks like. So I've actually found some tips and tricks that could help you if you are shooting with your iPhone. So if you are interested in using iPhone to vlog, this is the video for you, and let's go. Okay, first things first, we gotta start out with the settings because I don't use the native camera app to shoot. I actually use this app called the Blackmagic Camera App. The reason being is that with the Blackmagic Camera App, you can actually shoot log in a smaller file size. Let's just dive into the settings. So first up, under the record tab, you're gonna wanna go into this codec here. You're gonna select H.265. For the best bitrate, you can go with the max. So resolution, you're gonna go with 4K. Color space, you're gonna wanna use Apple Lock 2. Other than that, we are done in the record tab. Under camera tab, I enable vertical video only because sometimes when I want to record portrait, I can turn it and it will record in portrait mode. Trigger record indicator, I actually find this quite useful. If you are recording yourself, you can on the beeper and flash or the beeper only, because if you are like me and you're behind the camera now, you can't really tell whether you have started recording or not. The only other tab that you want to go through is remote camera control. Enable it and select what you want to use this phone as. Basically the one I'm using here, I usually use it as the controller or the monitor, and then the rest of the settings I leave them off. I'll go through how to use your phone as a remote later, but for now you can leave these settings as is. Then you go back into the camera tab. Make sure if you are going to shoot everything in auto, you see that the shutter, ISO and white balance all have a blue A. Without it, you're gonna have to tap to adjust the exposure. And if you don't have these numbers here, you can just run under this exposure tab, which is the third one on the top, and click auto. The top here, the second tab, is actually your autofocus tab. You're gonna want to have it on auto as well. If you are on an Apple Lock enabled phone, you can go under LUT and select Rec 709. There will be two buttons here. You're going to want to turn this one on, not the bottom one. The bottom one is to burn in the LUT, and the top one is just to turn it on as a display LUT. The last setting to enable is to go all the way at the bottom here. This is your stabilization settings. I would turn it on extreme. And yeah, we're done with settings. So then next we're going to talk about accessories. Starting off with tripods. These are all the tripods that I have. These are all the tripods that I have. There are a lot of tripods and a lot of them serve different purposes, so just gonna go through them real quick. So yeah, you have the traditional tripod, a lot sturdier than the other ones. Quite hard to bring this around, it's heavy and it's big. These ones here, which are my favorite actually, they are super portable. They act as a selfie stick, and they also open up into a tripod, see? So the only differences between these two is that one of them has like a 1/4 thread mount. It's useful if you have more than one camera because it allows you to attach other cameras with the ball head here, and also use this as a clip for your iPhone. I think this is still my favorite tripod, and this is because it just goes off like that. Next we have this octopus or gorilla, I think it's octopus. It has a MagSafe mount on top and it has 3 legs. You can use it as a selfie stick, as a tripod, or you can bend the legs and then you can kind of wrap it around something like that. Ooh. And then we go on to the smallest one that I have found, which is this Ulanzi magnetic mount. And the reason why I love this so much is because it kind of just attaches to your phone, and then this goes into your pocket, but this extends like this. So it has basically 3 levels that you can open up. When you go on runs and you go on small rides and you don't want to bring so much, you can just bring this thing out because this allows you to essentially use your phone on a tiny tripod. On top of all these, we can also start talking about head. So these ones, they kind of just clip in with your phone. And then you have the magnetic mounts, which are like that. This one from Ulanzi allows you to open up and kind of clip on your phone as well, so it's a 2-in-1 mount, which is super cool. That's why I got it. So the downside about clip-on mounts is that when you clip them, there's a chance of it clipping onto the buttons, but the good side is that you have additional mounts. Here with a cold shoe mount, You can mount like a light or mic or something like that. You can also get these adapters here. This is a GoPro 1/4" thread adapter. It enables you to attach your phone to any GoPro-like accessories like the bike mount, neck mount, the helmet mount, any of that. Remember I told you about this magnetic mount? If I mounted the adapter below here, it becomes a bike mount. Alright. Next, we're gonna be talking about microphones. One is the DJI Mic 3 that I really love and I'm using it for the video now. And the second one is, most of the time you have already brought this out. Obviously you can't compare the quality of the sound to the DJI Mic 3, but I actually did some tests here. Let's go look at some tests. Hello, and this is the AirPods Pro 3 microphone test. I'm now one arm's length away from the camera. I mean, a little bit more. And I'm gonna try and go further from the camera. So this is maybe like 10 or 15 steps away from the iPhone. Little brown fox jump over the wall. It's me again. I'm now maybe like 30 or 50 steps away from the iPhone. Little brown fox jumps over the... Okay, now we are really far away from the phone. I hope you can still hear me. If not, I'm just talking to myself. The great brown fox jumps over the... Okay, and now we are very, very far away. We're just gonna try one more further distance. Okay, we're now here. We're extremely far away from the camera. I don't even know if you can hear me anymore. That's the end of the distance test, I guess. It's really, really far. It's all the way down there. Okay, so the next test will be whether you can use this for two people, since there's left and right. If like two... Okay, this is another AirPods Pro 3 test because the minute I removed them from my ears, it just disconnected. I found the only way to solve it is just to turn off automatic ear detection. So yeah, this is mic 1. This is mic 2. And then we're gonna do the person's test again. Hello person B. Hello person B. So yeah, hopefully you can hear from either of their mic. Okay, the other cool thing about the AirPods Pro 3 is you can also use it as like a remote control for your phone. I don't even know how to show it to you, but I started this recording with the AirPods Pro 3. Now I'm gonna stop it. And now I started it again with the AirPods Pro 3, but I'm already at the 3. And if I want to stop it again, I can just press this. Obviously, if you want to use your AirPods Pro 3 as a remote control, you're going to want to have to change these settings down here. And that's all for the AirPods Pro 3 test. Let's go back up. It's super hot. With the settings that I asked you to enable just now, you just go into the app, and how you want to connect it is to actually click on these 3 tiny buttons here. Once you click the last one, you should be able to see like available phone cameras, and you can press connect. And then now you can see me on the camera here. If you are planning on buying those mirrored screens, go and try this method out first. It's much better only because you can start and stop recording and controlling your phone. Okay guys, so we have gone through accessories and settings on how to film your stuff with your iPhone. I think the last thing that I need to show you is how you can edit your log images. First of all, I'm going to show you how to do it in 2 methods. One of the methods, you should be able to use it for all your editing softwares, is just using a conversion LUT. And the second one is DaVinci specific. Both are roughly the same thing, so feel free to pick and mix. Now in DaVinci Resolve, we are just going to be grading 2 of these clips with the 2 different methods. We'll start with method 1 now, just using a conversion LUT. We can quickly jump into the color tab. And in the color tab, what you're gonna do is you already have a node here. All you're gonna do is to go over to the top here, which is the LUT panel. I have these LUTs that I downloaded from gamut.io. Basically, these LUTs are free. I'll leave the links below. So what you're gonna do is just gonna drag it over, drop it in your footage, and immediately you can see a big difference. So this is before, and this is after. All the color and the contrast has been added in. So you're actually already done. If you want to tweak the images further, you can. And just a quick tip, if you are doing it in DaVinci, you want to add a node before. With this, I'm just gonna leave the shadows a little bit, the gain slightly, reduce the highlights, and add your contrast and color boost. And I'm pretty happy with this image here. As you can tell, this was before anything was added, and this is after. And there you have it. This is a very easy method 1 of converting your log footage. So for method 2, you're gonna want to create a new node, and then you go under the effects panel here. This is what I already searched, but you can delete that, and drop on a color space transform. The color space transform is pretty easy. You just need to add, for the input color space, Apple Lock 2, and the input gamma to be Apple Lock. I mean, it's super straightforward. And for the color space, do Rec 709 for both gamma and color space output. And there you have it. You have a converted image. See, you have another clip here. This is me just walking in the park on the stones. I can just click on this note, I copy it and I paste it here. It already looks good like that. So whichever method you choose, A or B in DaVinci Resolve, like you can just copy and paste it on all your clips and they should look fine. That's it. So yeah, we're almost done with this video, and if you have watched through the entire thing, thank you so much. It's been a really long video. The last thing I think we need to go through is just a summary of shooting with your iPhone. Since this channel is predominantly a cycling vlog channel, let's start with the on-bike stuff. One is it's super bulky. After attaching everything, it goes up to around your chest level. So your movement is quite restricted while using the bike mount. The other thing is also because the iPhone is technically a touchscreen, you still have to unlock the screen and everything when you're on the bike, and that could be a bit dangerous. The good thing is that compared to my Action 4, for example, here in Gravelton, when I was trying to film the scenery here, I wanted to get the mountain. I found that the Action 4's lenses are too wide. I could just whip out my iPhone and switch the lens to capture a shot of the mountain here, which is pretty sick for daily camera usage, like just vlogging or using your camera for YouTube and socials. I think this camera can really go a long way. If you're comparing it to a normal camera, I think the only thing that it lacks is actually just bokeh. Crazy thing is, you can just bring your iPhone everywhere and you have 5 lenses. And yeah, the last thing is pairing it with the AirPods. This just helps you to go out with lesser equipment. I think those are the only things I can think of about the iPhone in general. Please let me know if I have missed out anything, or if you have any other tips that you want the people here to see. And other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next video. Like and subscribe.